this project ever going to get done? Yes. Hey, what's up guys? Back in the shop. Just kind of coming off a bit of a cold here, so I might sound a little bit funky. Because I feel a little bit funky. Anyways. So in this video, I'm going to get to the point where I can actually attach this lead screw. This is my telescopic lead screw that I made quite some time ago. Yeah, by quite some time ago, I mean like a couple of years ago now. Anyways, I've gone ahead and taken some preemptive measurements. I took apart the lathe and just kind of sized up the chunks and where this is going to be turned down to approximately 3/8 of an inch-ish. And I've also gone ahead and transferred these holes, these two locating pins, to the other side of this, I don't know what you call it, frame, I guess we'll call it. So that way, what I'm going to do here is I would like to bore these both at the same time. So what I did was I just lined up the holes. This is a very, very snug fit on this piece of 1/2-inch drill rod. And it does go in there. I had to knock it out. It was so tight. So I'm going to use these 2 pins as well as a couple bolts to hold these all together. You know, in a similar fashion. And we should be able to bore these all at the same time. That being said, I did finally get some decent boring bars. If you recall last time, yeah, it did not sound so good. So I got some Amazonian, aka Amazon specials. Actually, they look really nice. Like, look at this freaking case. Like, that's a serious case. So I've not even tried these out yet. So you guys will be the first to watch me wreck these inserts. But these should be pretty good for this particular task. They're good for, I think this is a 7/16 version. And it should actually fit right inside there. Oh yeah, look at that. Lots of room, lots of room. That should work perfectly. And it should have all the way, oh yeah. So I'm hoping that these insert boring bars are all they're cracked up to be, because I'm kind of, those frickin' brazed on ones are just total, absolute garbage. Okay, well, I got her kind of all set up here. I might be going a bit fast. It's like 950 RPM or something. So yeah, it's probably pretty fast, but it is carbide, so I touched off, but I think I actually broke the tip already, so we'll see. I'm not sure how fast to go either, so. Ah, crap. I'm gonna hit. Something smoking. Yeah, we're gonna slow that up. That looks like garbage in there, I think. Plus, I think I broke it already. Okay. I don't know if we need some coolant in there or what. Maybe a little bit. Oh wow, look at that. All right. Well, that was definitely taking a chip. Look at that. That was a serious chip. I'm messing around. Well, that makes things a lot better. Alright. Well, that went pretty nice. Ooh, and that hole is really nice in there. So we should be pretty close to dimension now, within about almost 10 thousandths. Ooh, we're actually within about 5.5 thousandths there. So yeah, just a little tiny cut coming out here now. Alright, well, it looks pretty shiny in there. Hey, shooting for 700 thousandths here. Okay, what we got? Oh, we're like 2/10 over, I think. Not bad. I'll take it. Shit. That wasn't a good sound. Damn, I think those inserts are just really easy to break. Oh, I think it broke again. I'm not pushing it hard. Either that or it's just cutting through its own chips. I don't know. Okay, so what you see me doing here, this is the pin that's going to be housing the lead screw bearing and attaching it to the rest of the taper attachment. So this also has to get bored out to 700 thousandths. And since I'm all kind of set up and got the boring tip in there and everything already, so I'm going to do this too. I made it a little bit long because obviously that's going to be quite a bit too long. So I'll just take it down to size as needed. And this is just a pin. It's nothing too fancy. You didn't miss much there. So this isn't all that's going to be done to this. At some point when we get the lead screw bearing in there, it's going to have probably a tapered pin put in here about there somewhere. Oop, just to keep the lead screw bearing from sliding around in there, obviously, because that's everything's going to be riding on that. I got to take this down to about 3/8 of an inch, just a shade under. That's all I'm doing with this, and then I just got to thread the end. So I'll get back to you. Well, unfortunately, this is a little less than ideal for a 3/8 16 thread, but I do believe I'm within a couple of tenths on here from end to end, which is kind of hard to do. So we're sitting at 363, and this one was pretty much the same. Oops, I keep bumping the camera, sorry guys. Yeah, we're within a tenth there, or 2/10 at the most. So that is about as tight as this lathe will get. I'm just gonna run a die over this. I'm gonna need about, well, probably gonna die a whole lot of that. Maybe a little 1/8 of an inch of a washer on the end there, plus a bushing. Okay, apparently I had that camera all on pause that whole time, so you missed a lot of the shenanigans. Gone ahead and dyed this for 3/8/16. I don't know if I mentioned already, this was a little bit undersized for what I had intended, but I don't know. I got some nicer oversized nuts here somewhere. That threads on pretty good. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah, that'll be fine. So, as far as I can tell, this is done. I did get this within reason, within probably a couple tenths. For this lathe, that is excellent. So, this part should be done for now, I think. Let's move on to the bearing. Alright, so what I'm planning on doing here, I got this all dialed in. Plan on making some kind of a, boring it down just a little bit and putting a little bit of a shoulder, well, not with these, but I guess, what do you call it, a shoulder bushing or a shoulder bearing? Whatever you want to call it. Flange bearing. And then I'm gonna probably take this out and turn it in between centers. And hopefully that all pans out, but and I'm not gonna get that one, so I'm just gonna worry about it. And I guess I'm just gonna flip it around and do the exact same thing to the other side. Alright, well, it's kind of been a while since I turned anything in between centers. It's looking pretty good though, so I guess we'll just get to it. I take 50 thou off the OD, a little more. So we're going to start out small just to make sure that it's all running good. See how that fares. Alright, so I'm having problems with consistency again for in dimensions. I was getting quite the taper in there. I actually went out and stuck since I went between centers anyway, I stuck this in there and got the tail stuck in pretty close. So I think we're looking pretty good now. It's not quite the dimension yet. I'm kind of not really sure where to go from here, to be honest. But yeah, 715 a bit. And 715, yeah, it's bang on now. So yeah, what a pain in the ass. It's just kind of constantly shifting on me here. Alright guys, there she is. I gotta admit, this took a lot of freaking filing and sanding and polishing to get it to do this right. And it's got a little bit of wiggle in there, not too bad. I was a little concerned that because I didn't line bore this, you know, in one piece, that it was not gonna line up. So I almost threw in the towel there for a second because it was not looking too promising, but that is actually not too bad. All right. Drive gears disengaged. Slow this down one notch. Hopefully this goes well on camera. That's not good. What's going on? It's just deciding it's gonna go whenever it feels like it, eh? Awesome. There. Once you get that chip started, you really don't want to stop. There we go. Alright, so it's not really pressed in as opposed to being smashed in. That's most likely going to get chucked up again anyway, and we're going to face it off nice and true and maybe give it blended in a little bit better. But that's basically our bearing right there. Probably won't fit because it's a little burred up and probably mushroomed out now. Oh, and we got to make a washer for right here too. Oops. Oh, getting close, guys, getting close. Alright. Alright, so I'm getting prepped here to drill the pin that's going to lock these two pieces in place. It's a bit of a janky setup. I'm hoping these two jacks will keep this from spinning. Here goes nothing. It's got to be one of the most stressful parts I've ever made, I think. Okay, I wonder if I should speed it up. going to be a very weird hole. Oh, see? Whew. All right, plan B. That should keep it from buggering off, I think. Okay. So far, so good. Well, if it didn't like the drill, it's really going to hate the reamer. Oh, whew. That was a little stressful. Okay, guys, let's just see that this sucker goes together the way it's supposed to. Okay, so here's the, I put that on the bottom so nobody sees it. I'll know it's there, but what can you do? This goes like that. And that will go like this. Oh, we have to deburr that. No, that's pretty good. Okay, there we go. It's going. Just a little tight in that pocket now. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Pin. All right. Now will it taper? Nope. Something's different. It's kind of having a hard time tapering. It's definitely freaking solid though. I don't know what's going on here. Something's happening. Let's see what's going on here. It might be just flexing that. It's very particular on how straight that thing is supposed to be. It fought me going in, so it might not be liking what I just did there. Yeah, I think this guy needs to be deburred a bit or something. Okay, use the old internal buffer. Don't know why it's giving me grief now. It was working so good before. And everything is pretty tight fitting, so I throw it off just a little bit. Oh, come on, baby. Don't let me down now. Because there's nothing on here that's sloppy at all. So if it doesn't go together just right, that's better. That's better. It shouldn't be fighting me. Tap it in. That's feeling a lot better. Tapering. Oh, check that shit out. Woo. Oh yeah, it works really good. Check that out. Holy crap. Now that is a freaking taper attachment, folks. It'll definitely not OEM spec. Oh, that is so freaking cool. Look at that. That is awesome. Oh, I was a little worried there for a second though. I went ahead and made that weird washer off camera. Oh, it's not that weird, I guess. Oh, room here? Oh yeah, just enough. That goes in there. Oh, and this will just act as a jam nut. It definitely feels pretty good. There's a little bit in there, but then again, it has lots on its own anyway. I'm not thrilled about this though. You know, I might have to get some new bushings for that. We'll see how it behaves. It might not even matter, but that's something to worry about later. For now, all right. So I know you guys saw that. This guy was kind of wobbling around a little bit. So off camera, I went and I made this hole a little bigger. It felt like it had some weirdness to it. Because I did use those cheap boring bars. So I took another pass through there and made it about 10 thou bigger. So there's a new piece for the fuck it bucket. So I made a new one. And I got it pretty close. But it's still got a little bit of the side to side to it. So another one for the fuck it bucket. So I made a third one. This one I polished and honed and everything until I got that sucker to. Well, I haven't test fit this entirely yet, so we'll see if I got to make any more adjustments. But that one's tight. You know, it still turns, but it's not. You know, it's not willingly turning. You gotta. It turns. Let's put it that way. The hardest part was lining this pin back up again. What I did on the first two. First one, I actually just Loctited the piss out of it and stuck it in the hole and made a dummy shaft. And the second one, I clamped it the same way I clamped the original piece. And I think that actually worked a little better. But let's do a little test fit here. I know what goes in there. It's got it. There we go. Oof. I'm worried here for a second. Okay, that's good. I did test fit the pin though, and this was actually a little on the loosey side. I had to hammer that in before. And it's got a little bit of this, but it shouldn't have any side to side in there whatsoever now. So I think it still turns, and it should still taper too. So and it should have no side to side. So I think we've established that this is definitely going to work. I think in the future, I might just ream that out with a tapered pin or a tapered pin reamer. I just put a tapered pin in there, and I think that'll cure up all that this little bit of spinniness in there. It was really hard to line that up again. Not really hard, but it was it was a lot of little variables to screw you up. So since usually you would normally drill these together like I did on the first one. Well, I think we got this licked. It's still sliding. It's still tapering. So I think I'm finally going to wrap this video up. Sorry for taking so long to get this out there. I hope to get this thing done in the next video. There is still a fair bit of things to figure out. We got to make some hold downs here. I'd like to have them all match the edges and stuff. Not to mention, gonna have to have another bar sticking out here as well as a clamp that clamps to the ways. And maybe some final fine tuning, but apart from that, I think this is it's come along pretty damn good. So hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.